this decision, we will execute the next block of code. At that time, we use the control statement. Okay. There are so many control statements. First, come to the if statement. Only if, not if else statement. If statement is simply the decision making statement. Yeah. One point is that control statement also called the decision making statement. Okay. In if statement, if the certain condition is true, then the block of statement or block of code under the written in if that will execute like that. If condition and statement. Okay, if the condition is true, now that time it will execute the statement or block of code or anything. That is for if statement. If the condition is false, then rest of code will execute, but that block of code under written in if, that is statement part, it will not execute. Okay, just okay. First we take a true and B, then it, after that it will come to if true, then 5, execute the program. Okay, and B value is 5. Then C is greater than 5, it is also true, then it prints A is greater than B. That is all if statement. Now I come to the part if else. Sorry. What is if else statement? First we see the syntax of if else statement. If condition statement is sorry. The syntax of if else is if the condition, then the block of if block, and next the else and the block of else block. Okay. Then when we will use the if else statement? First, when we execute our program, first it enter the if statement. Okay. If and check the condition. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, then it will execute the block of code under the written in F. Okay. If the condition is false, then it straightly to come the else part and it will execute the block of code under the written in else. Okay. Okay. Anyone tell me the explanation of the code? Anyone tell me?
Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am. First, we have entered.
Hmm.
We took input, integer input in two values, two variables. Then we checked if condition, if the mod, we chose the mod operator and checked if the remainder is 0 or not on dividing a by b.
Okay.
If it is 0, then b is divisor of a, and if if no, there is no reminder, then the B is divisor of A. If it is not, then it is not a divisor of A.
Understood, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, if elif else. Else. If else we all know, but what is elif? Elif is nothing but else if. What it would be done. Actually, elif allow us to check multiple expression. Okay. If the condition of if statement is false, then it will check the condition of elif. If the condition of elif is also false, then it will directly go to else part and print the body of the else part, or return the else part, execute the else part, anything. First, check the condition of if part. If it is false, if it is true, then it will execute the body of the if part. Or if it is false, then it will go for the elif part. If the elif part condition is true, then it will execute the body of the elif part. Or the condition of elif part is false, then it will directly go else part and execute the body of else part. Anyone explain me? Guys, anyone explain me? I have done only if, else, nothing else.
So,
Ma'am, here we have taken an input, an integer input, and we have given a number minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is negative. And in the first if statement block, it is written that if the particular number that we entered is greater than 0, then it is a positive number. And if that condition is not satisfied, then it will go to the elif block, in which it checks if the input that we have given is equal to 0. And if it is true, then it will give the print statement of elif block. And if the input number does not satisfy the above two, then it will go to the else block, which is negative number.
Hmm. So what is the problem of that? Okay. Hmm. Guys, first is we take an and length of is length function in Python is the function which was print the length of the string or length of the list or length of the tuple or length of the dictionary, anything. Length method only return the length of the variable. Then length of s, if the length of s equal to 0, then it print no string. If the length of s means that string, we take the input from user. Okay, length of s, if the length of s equal to 2, then string with length 2. If the length elif means if the length of s equal to 3, then string with length 3, and else print the string. Okay, we can use elif means else if many times. Means if we want 1,000 times elif, then we can use elif in 1,000 times. But what is the problem of that code? I don't actually know. I will tell you the next day. Okay. Then if we execute the code, introduce string print, then print. Uh, we take it input as string s equal to print. Then length of print is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Length of string is 5, then it's not equal to 0. That's why it's go for the elif part. Elif length of x equal to 2, that is also not true. That's why it go for the next elif part. Then length of x equal to 3, that is also not true. And it will go for else part and print the string. Okay. Now come to next week. What is nested if is nothing. The syntax of nested if is if condition again if condition, if you want again if condition statement is how it will work. First, if the condition, check the condition. If it is true, then it will go for next if part. then it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will go for next if and check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the statement or block of the that if part. Okay. If first it will check the condition of first if statement. If it is false, then directly will go for that else and execute the program or code. If the condition is true, next it will go for next if. If the condition is false, then it will go else part and execute the else statement. Okay. Next, if the condition is true, then it will go for next if part and the condition will check. If the condition is true, then it will execute the next if statement. If the condition is false, then it will print the else block code. Okay. Program যে পজিটিভ পজিটিভ কি পাচ্ছি না
Father, primera interno.
Sorry. Okay, this is the example of Mr. D. A equal to a string is solution. If the length
Pooja, are
of
you there?
yeah, hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Pooja, you was not audible, but right now you are audible. I think your microphone is getting some problem. Your voice is not coming properly.
Okay, sir. Now I am clearly audible.
It's clear now.
We take A as a input. A equal to solution. It's a string. Length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Its length is 8. If the length of A is less equal to 10, then it will execute or go for the next if part. If the length of A equal to less equal to 10, the length of input string is A, that is 8. Then it's true and it will go for next if part. Next if condition is length of A less equal to 8. It's also true. And it will execute the print or block of the code. That is the string is A, means the string is solution. If we take a bigger of the length of 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This is a input string and the length of the string is 14. If the length of A less equal to 10, but the length of the string is 14, that means this is the not true condition and it will go for else part and print the bigger string. Okay. Then if else done. Next to while loop. First we come to why. What is while loop? While loop in Python is used to iterate over a block of code as long as the condition is true. Actually, while loop generally we use when we don't know the number of items to iterate or we don't know the number of condition when it is means number of items or iterate means when we don't know about the length of the iteration function or length of the string or anything means while loop used for actually loop or control statement only the use for iterate some iterate over the string anything means some sequence of numbers or sequence of character are we generally use while loop when we don't know the number of iterating numbers. The syntax of while loop is while condition statement in while loop first we check the condition then if the condition is true the body of the loop enter and after the one iteration it will check again the condition. Okay, if the condition is true then it will execute the body of the while loop. Okay, and the body of when the condition is false, then while loop is terminated. Before that, while loop is processed again and again and print the value. N equal to first we take a input from user n. Num equal to 0 means we initialize the variable num and sum. Num equal to 0 and sum equal to 0. While num less equal to n means while number is less equal to n, n means 50. And number is for only 0. 0 is less equal to 50, the condition is true, then it will execute the body of the code. Body of the code is sum equal to sum plus num. We initialize it first and sum equal to sum plus num. Sum plus num means num is also 0, sum is also 0, then sum equal to 0. And after that, num plus 1. Plus equal to means what? Plus equal to means num equal to num plus 1 or incrementing operator. In Python, we use as class. Then num plus 1, here num is what? Num is first num was num equal to 0, and now num plus equal to 1 means num equal to num plus 1, that is now num equal to 1. Again check the condition. Condition is here num equal to 1 and 1 is also less than 50. The condition is true. Also it will execute the sum equal to sum plus num, that is 0 plus 1 equal to 1, and next it will execute the num plus 1 equal to 1, that means here num equal to 2. After that num equal to 2, the condition is also satisfied. Now the sum is 2 plus 1, that is 3. Now the num plus equal to 1 means 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Continuing the process, when the num is 50, then when the condition num equal to 50, 50 is also less equal to 50, then sum plus num equal to 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 50, and here num plus 1 means it's 51. Now in number is 51 and n is 50. The condition is false. 50 obviously less than 50. Condition is false and it will execute false, and it will break the loop and print the sum is sum. Okay, understood the while loop? Next we come to while else. As like if else, while also as else part. Okay, while else. What is that? The syntax of while else is while condition statement or body of the while is statement is as like if else means first we enter the while loop, then it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the block of code of while. If the condition is false, then it will go for the else part and execute the block of code of else. Four. So, while is equal to statement. Okay. We take input num equal to 0 while the num less equal to 5. Now num equal to 0, that is less equal to 5. 0 is obviously less equal to 5. Then the condition is true. It will execute the code block of while, that is print I am inside the loop. First time it will print I am inside the loop. Okay. Then num is num equal to num plus 1, and it is 0 plus 1 equal to 1. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. Num is 1. 1 is also less equal to 5. Then it will print I am inside the loop. Second time it will print I am inside the loop. And num is again 1 plus 1 equal to 2, means num is again 2. It will also check the condition. Also the condition is true. Then it will execute I am inside the loop. And it will execute the sixth time of the loop because its starting number is 0 and ending number is 5. That's why it's print the sixth time of I am inside the loop. And when the num is 6, then the condition is false, and it will go for else and print the I am out. Okay, that's the while else condition. Understood, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me one thing. Actually, what will be the output of that code? Tell me. Hello.
The number is bigger than 10
The number is bigger than 10. Why?
because the only condition we are checking is that if it is less than 0, and it is not less than 0.
Then what will be the output? Tell me what is the output?
I think it will be an infinite loop.
Infinite loop, right? Now what is the output?
10, 9, 8, and so on.
Up to
1.
Up to 1.
okay.
पानी ला के दो ना.
Now go for for loop. Then what is for loop and why we use for loop? The for loop is in Python is used to iterate over a sequence like list, tuple, string, or the iterable objects. Iterating, okay. What is for loop? For loop is also a control statement and it's also a conditional loop. And for why we use for loop in Python? In Python, for loop is only used for the iterate over a sequence like integer, tuple, and string. And the iterating over a sequence is called traversal. Okay.
कुछ तो भी खाना भी बोल रहा मैं तो बर्गर अच्छा था बर्गर नहीं खा रहा
Syntax of the
है
for
कुछ
loop is what? Syntax of the for loop is for
खुशबू ले लिया वो
item in the iterating sequence. And next, body of the for statement. What is item? Here the item is a variable that takes the value of the item inside the sequence of each iteration. And what is that? We create a list first. List 1, 2, and 4. List. Then item is what? Item is nothing but it's a value of the list. I first for item in list. What is the list first item? It iterating the sequence and list is the sequence. Here the list is the sequence of number that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And item is what? Item is first when iterate the first time when the iterate for loop, then item is takes the first position of the list value that is 1. Next when the for loop is iterating, then it will take the next value of the list that is 2, next 3, next 4, and next 5. When the sequence means the length of the sequence is 0 or iterating is over, then it will go for the rest of the code and execute the rest code. Okay. List 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First time for item in list means first time item is 1, then print 1. Also go for the second is 2, then print 2, and 3, 4, 5. Lastly, the iterating sequence is over, then it's print the iterating over. Okay, that's the for loop. For loop will continue until the last term of the sequence. Always for loop will continue and means last of the sequence or iterating sequence or list, tuple, anything. The body of the for loop is separated from the rest of the code using indentation or indentation. What is indentation or indentation? I will tell you later. For item in list, then I will give some space or tab, then I written the code print item. That is called indentation or indentation. Indentation I will tell you later. For loop, no. For range, what will be the output? Tell me what will be the output? Okay. Yeah, guys, you know about range function.
Range function, it will print from 1 to 9.
Okay,
Yes,
1 to
ready.
9. Are you sure about that 1 to 9?
Actually 1 to 10.
No, it will
Sorry,
print
ma'am, 0 to
10.
9.
Yeah, it will print 10 numbers,
Yeah.
but it's will print 0 to 9. Actually, range function is we can generate a sequence of number using the range function. Then here range 10 is the numbers are 0 to 9. Range 9. Tell me, what is range 9? Output is what?
0 to 8.
0 to 8.
0 to 8.
0 to 8.
Good. What is the second range function? Range is what? 2, 9. What is 2 and what is 9?
2 to 8.
Is lower limit and 9 is upper limit.
Upper
2
limit.
to, yeah,
Start index,
first,
stop index.
yeah, right. And last one, range 293 means
And start index,
Is,
stop index, and step.
Up in
Yeah,
step
step
size.
index.
Step.
Yeah,
Step size.
absolutely right. But why it will print only range 293?
Ma'am, we
What's
haven't
the
written
wrong in my code? Yeah, tell me what?
Ma'am, we haven't written print.
Okay, print. Right. print only 0 to 9, it prints only 2 to 9, it's print only 2, 9, 3. But it should be print the 1, 2, 3, 4 to 8, and here 2, 3, 4 to 8, and here 2, then 3, 4, 5, and 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 5, 8. But why it's printing like that? Range 0, 9, range 2, 9, and range 2, 9, 3.
And here we haven't used any iterator to loop over the elements. That's
Yeah.
why it's printing that way.
Yeah. That's why we use for loop in the range function. Reading the sequence of number, that means range. Then what will be the output of that code?
It should give the square of elements.
Square of elements. Yeah.
Like 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, like that.
That's right. We can also use else in for loop. Okay, means for else. Okay, sorry. For else. The syntax of for else is for item sequence, next body of the for, next else, body of else. The syntax is for else is, sorry, item. Okay. First, for item in sequence means it iterate the sequence first. When it reach the last term of the sequence, then it will next it will execute the else part and print the body of the else. Okay, like that. Insert cell below. For what will be the output?
Ma'am, it will print am inside the loop in 5 times. If it is exceeded, then it will print outside the loop.
Okay, good. Okay, you will do one code. First start. of the pattern. Pattern from user. Tell me the code. Means you will do it now. And tell me the code. Using, for, while, if, anything. When you have done, just tell me, okay? Guys, are you doing now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
একটু পরে কথা বলছি।
Pooja, your screen is not visible. Pooja, are you there?
Yeah, sir, actually I'm here, but they have doing some task. That's why my screen is not visible.
Okay, okay.
Whenever they have done, I will share my screen. Okay, sir?
Okay, no issues.
Guys, have you done? Guys, have you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, share
Yes,
your
ma'am.
screen. Okay, share your screen. I will stop my sharing. Okay, now share your screen. Who have sent me the code in the chat? Abdul, right?
Yes, ma'am. But I'm not using my laptop. I'm using my mobile phone.
I told you input from user. Take input from
Yeah, I
user.
got it.
Why
Okay.
you use range of 0,5?
We can replace the 5 with n and put the variable n as taking input from the user. Only that is the difference I need to make.
Okay. Share your screen. Anyone who have done the code, please share your screen. Leave it. I can show my code. Okay. Whatever Abdul done means Abdul also. In equal to oh sorry, it's not that. That is Abdul done. It's really impressive. Abdul. Abdul.
Abdul
Very
Haq,
good.
ma'am.
Yeah. Very good. That's totally right. But logically the code is right. Then what is the difference between Python and Java? Why we use Python? I tell you why we use Python. Okay, just 3-line code. First, take input as length from user, that is enter the length of the code. Okay, then just I use one for loop, that is I ranging 1 comma length plus 1. Okay, then print what? Star multiplication of I. Already you guys all are done string, so you all know about that. Is equal to a string means something. Okay, if s multiplication with 3 or 2, then what will be the output?
I mean, it will give Cython in 3 times.
Good, it will give Cython at 3 times. Like that, star is also a string. Then we star means star is multiplied by I. That means when for I in range from 1 to length plus 1, my length is 5, then first we take I is 1, then print star multiplied by 1, then it print 1 star. Okay, next it will again go for, then next I is 1 plus 1 means 2, then it will print the string star multiplied by 2, it print star star double star. Is it okay? Guys are understood?
Yes, ma'am.
It's interesting, na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can we wrap up the session here? Actually, I have so many patterns. You guys to do it, then I will give you the question. Response.
Yes, ma'am. We will do it.
If you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
don't interested, then why I will give you the question? Okay. Somok sir. Somok sir.
Yes, Pooja, I am there. Yes, Pooja, I am there.
Sir, can we wrap up the session here?
Record, yes, I'm recording.
Wrap up.
Wrap up. You want to wrap up? Okay, no issues.
Yeah.
No issues. Pooja, I think in the next sessions, might be Santan will back or might be,
Yes, sir. No problem. Shantan will continue the
might be
next session.
Santan will back or might be Remita can come for the Django. Okay.
Okay, no problem, sir.
I'll communicate with the Sunit sir.
So we are starting Django from next week.
Might be.
Okay.
First, we will complete the basic part, then we will clarify your doubts, and then we will ready the infrastructure for the Django. Then we will do Django.
So are we going to do data structures in Python?
Yes.
Guys.
Yes, obviously we are going to
what
do the
is
database
the-
connection in the Django also.
What is the data structure of Python? That means there are nothing about list, linked list, array, nothing. Here the Python data structure is list, tuple, and dictionaries. Shantan will cover it up. No problem. Okay. Python data structure, nothing else. List, tuple, and dictionary. Nothing else.
No, other than that also we can implement that. That's what I was asking. If,
Shantan will cover it up. No tension, guys. Don't worry.
okay, thank you.